Hey Big Brother, it is getting late in the week, so I figured that I would take this time to do a diary room, even though, well, stuff has been going on. I'm sick as shit. Well, not really that sick, but I feel pretty sick right now, so I've been kind of not in the game. Tried really hard on this HOH competition, or so I thought. When I spent almost 4 hours to reach 200 comments, I thought, wow, I am either A, one of the biggest losers around that I spent that much time, or that's going to be a really high number. And now that looks like Alyssa's probably going to win because she's in the thousands, I feel really pathetic about my 200. But I'd like to say that I think this competition is my fault. Because if I recall, on my drunken diary room that I did last week, I asked for a competition that was endurance. Where I said it would be neat to have an endurance competition. And here we are, an endurance competition. So what I would like to propose is next week we have a Hot Naked Girls on Andrews competition. Basically, whoever can get the most hot naked girls to come to my house and fornicate with me wins HOH. I don't even want HOH that week. I figure I'll win either way. And since you seem to oblige me when I said about the endurance competition, I figure we could, work it out this way. And how it ties in with the 80s, you get women who were born in the 80s, which preferably would work best for me. 89, though, what does that make? 89... 99. Yeah, that works. So, if they're born in the 80s, get them hot, get them naked, and send them to my house. I'll send you my address, Big Brother, if you want to work something out. On to other news. I'd just like to say that I think I'm officially the smartest player in this game right now, if not in the game ever. And even if I get evicted this week or next week, I'd like to think that what I did today has officially qualified me to be one of the smartest players in this game. So let me explain. Todd is a little upset right now because his plan to separate us, I think, worked too well. He easily got people to not look at me as a threat, and I'm having a very hard time getting Aaron and Stacy not to look at him as a threat. They're both very hung up on two things that they think are lies, which I think is stupid. One, I'm not going to talk about. But the other is Stacy thinks that he's lying because he said he would put up Nick D and then he'd put up Jer. But really, why would you tell anybody, unless you're in a really, really tight alliance, who you're going to put up? You always put out names there to get feelers to see what people think, and then you make your final decision. So I really don't think that's a lie. But, however, I've had to work hard to get Aaron, who, for other reasons, which I won't go into, thinks Todd is lying, and doesn't trust Todd and wants Todd out of the game. I had to prove to Aaron that Todd is not as big of a threat as Aaron might think he is, even though he probably is, because A, he plays a really good game, and B, he's aligned with me. But here's what I did today on AIM, or AOL Instant Messenger, for all of you kids out there that were confused like me and didn't know what AIM meant. Anyway, I basically, and this was all off the top of my head, I started off by asking Aaron if Alyssa told him who she would nominate if she went up. And he said yes, and she had told me that she would nominate Stacy and probably Tina or Karen. And he said the same thing, and I said, doesn't that seem a little fishy to you? And he was like, why? I told him because she said she really wants Stacy out. However, I said to her, if you really want Stacy out, why don't you put two people up who one of them are guaranteed to get veto? Then you could put Stacy up in a backdoor situation. And her response was basically that backdoors don't always work, which I agree. However, Stacy played really hard in this HOH, and if she goes up a veto, she's going to play really hard and probably take herself down. So I didn't understand why Alyssa really wanted Stacy up. And then I came up with this great theory that I presented to Aaron, that Stacy is not Alyssa's real target, that either me or him are her real targets. And she doesn't want to give us the chance to play for veto. Now, this might all be bullshit, or I might just be even more brilliant than I already think I am. And I convinced him that her plan is she knows that Stacy will win veto and take herself down, especially against someone like Karen or Tina. And if her alliance people get put up to play in the veto, she can get them to throw it. And then I basically brought it back to say that last week, Todd didn't put me on the block of his own will, that Alyssa got him to put me on the block so that she could show an overwhelming support to take me off the block to try to make me feel comfortable that she wasn't coming after me, only to put Stacy up as a pawn to have herself come off the block this week, and then me go up this week so that I wouldn't see it coming and that they could vote me off. Now, if that happens, I'm personally going to be like, wow, Alyssa, good job. But at the same time, I figured it out, and this is proof that I figured it out way before you did it or anyone told me about it. So if that happens, I still outsmarted you even if I do get out of the game. But that lie alone saved Todd, I believe. Because through that, I was able to convince Aaron that Todd is nothing but a pawn and a puppet master for Alyssa and Nick K, and will do whatever they want him to do. And it makes no sense to take him out because they'll still be powerful and strong without him. They'll just find somebody else to do their dirty work. I said Todd is such a pawn and so swayable that if we take out Alyssa and Nick K, he'll jump to our side and do whatever we want. And Aaron believes me. And I know, Aaron, when you see this video, you're going to be really pissed off because I keep telling you that you're the only person I trust in the game, which is not true, obviously, by now. Do I have to reiterate it? But this is the game. Don't be pissed off, people. JR had the best exit attitude out of everybody this week. He was just like, I know it was a game. That's why you guys took me out. And I'm a strong player, and I totally get it. And no hard feelings. And I'm going to try to take everybody out of this game. I'd like to, ideally, like I said, go to the final three with Marina and Todd. And then from there, it really will be a true competition. I'm not going to lie to either one of them or manipulate one of them against the other. But everyone else in this house is fair game for my manipulation. Which brings me to one thing that I want to touch on quickly. Nick K. I am so pissed off at him this week that it's not even funny. Mostly because I just can't believe people buy his bullshit. There was an email sent to me this week, I'm not going to get into it, and I shared it with Todd, and I allowed Todd to share it with Marina, and I allowed Todd to share it with Nick K. Okay, my mistake. But I thought Todd had, an alliance good enough with Nick K to trust that he wouldn't show it to anybody else. And what did Nick K do? He showed it to other people, which is good game on his part, but really bad because I don't know if he realized it was going to get back to me. And now he's my #1 target. I think is the way it goes this week. If Alyssa does get HOH and doesn't try to pull something like I tried to convince Aaron of, that Stacy will be the one going home. And Stacy's going to hate me because of this, but whatever. Like I said, I'm glad I have a couple friends in this game, but I didn't come in this game to make friends. I came in this game to win and prove that I could win. Stacy, I've even got Aaron convinced that if Stacy does go on the block and he has a chance to play for veto, not to play very hard for veto, or if he gets it, don't use it. He's not going to use it simply because he's afraid that I or him will go up on the block. So Stacy very well could be going home this week. But if by some chance someone from like Stacy or Aaron, who are pretty behind in the HOH at this point, I'm just waiting for the results now, win, I do believe either Alyssa or Nick K will go home, because even if they are pissed off at Todd right now, they can't vote him out because he's got immunity, which gives me an extra week to calm things down. But after, I would like to see Stacy go soon just because she's starting to scare me in this game. I really have no desire of being in a Funnel 2 alliance with her, but I did tell her that. And I really think she's going to flip out hardcore when I vote her out and get her out of this house. So I just want it to be now and be done with so I don't have to deal with it. And if more people are on the same board getting Stacy out, it won't be such a big backlash against me. But Nick K is definitely my next biggest threat, and then Alyssa. And if we can get those 3 people out of the game, and then Aaron 4, we're golden. There's just no way anybody can beat us. I'm hoping for it and working for it. You never know, it might not happen. But that's my diary room for now, and hopefully another one will follow this week. See you later, big brother.